Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hey, I hope y'all can hear me. Good evening. Today we are going to be talking about the difference between pause, no homo, and no diddy. It's basically going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right. Now listen. I'm gonna start off with this no diddy shit because we shouldn't really have to talk about this shit for very long. I actually got the idea to do this video because somebody very important to me has said no diddy more than once. And yeah, the nicest thing I can say is I wouldn't be a responsible black man if I allowed that shit to continue without at least saying something. But it should be fucking obvious. But I explained to this person why saying no diddy is fucking ridiculous. And I also told this person that he and a person he knows are the only two people I've ever heard use that shit in real life. I didn't even know people were saying no diddy other than people like FD Signifier bringing that shit up. And we're gonna talk about the brethren and other people such as him and others, Lil Bill, sexy ass Ola Yummy, all of them. But anyway, listen. So, like I said to the person in question, saying no diddy not only is unreasonably disrespectful to gay people for no reason, like it's unreasonable. Like you just saying, you are basically saying that are you're equating gayness with Diddy and Diddy with gayness. And the thing is, everybody that's gay is not a rapist, bars. But and every rapist is not gay. And that brings me to the second part. It's like, why the fuck, unless you're just some sort of monster, why would you? And before I even say this part, people been talking shit about Diddy being zesty or whatever before the allegations, before the criminal allegations. So it's not like we just found out or first had this theory about him or whatever. So this is what brings me to the monster part. Like, you gotta have something wrong with you if you look past the fact that he beat a woman up on camera, G. Put a bomb in Kid Cudi's shit, you feel me? That boy Kid Cudi was humming in the corner for days. We don't know how that man responded to that shit. You feel me? Like, come on, G. You look past all of that and said, gay. Yeah, that's the worst thing about this motherfucker is him being gay. And I have no idea why I have to explain this shit, but I'm gonna explain this shit, especially because of what came before No Diddy, or what is in the same frame as No Diddy, which is no homo. There would be no Diddy if there was no homo, right? So like I said, good, bad, and ugly. The ugly is the no Diddy shit. The bad shit is no homo. I'ma say this. Now that we came to a point in society where we've kind of normalized seeing homosexuals and homosexuality, it's not like if you're still looking at gay people, especially like we're not all gonna see sexuality the same. We're just not. But if you're looking at like gay people as like some shit to like not want to associate, like, oh, like that's why people saying no homo, because they don't want to be associated with gayness or whatever, or homosexuality or being LGBTQ plus and shit. But in reality, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit is just bullshit. It's immaturity. And that's the thing. It's like saying no homo only really makes you look bad because, like, for the most part, and we're gonna get the pause. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna never stop saying pause probably. And I'm gonna tell you why pause should be allowed. And y'all gotta stop tweaking and shut the fuck up. But no homo though, for the most part, it's only been a handful of times where you use no homo and it's actually funny or it's reasonable to use. You know what I'm saying? Like every other situation, it was goofy. Like I'm gonna say the goofy ones, and then I'm gonna say the funny ones, because then we gonna end positively with the pause shit. So I remember me and my cousin back when we used to watch battle raps and shit. Some rapper said the goofiest shit. He was like, "My chain hang low like two testicles, no homo," and I was like, we both started laughing our asses off. We was like, that man tweaked. Like, what the fuck? That shit was hilarious. And not hilarious necessarily in a good way. We was like in 7th or 8th grade, so guess we was immature. But also, we watched battle raps for a reason. We wanted to like hear like, oh, cool. We wasn't coming to like, we was making fun of motherfuckers that was saying dumb. But that's the thing. Like, if we was laughing like that, we not co-signing that shit. That shit is hilarious. Like, what the fuck you mean? That's your fault to even have to say no homo. Cause why the fuck you say your chain hang look like two testicles? Then on top of that, that shit is not the delivery was bad. Everything was wrong. Like, come on, y'all. But there have been a handful of times where no homo was the timing was mwah. We gonna keep going in order from least appropriate to most. So like this next one is better than the last one, but it's still just like what? What's that song Lil Wayne had with that random dude? And it was like, was that? Wait, am I tweaking? Was that Ransom Money with him and Drake? I don't remember what it was, but like one of them, it was a song with Lil Wayne and somebody else. And after that person was done rapping, they said something, and I don't even remember. Matter of fact, I'm finna look that shit up, y'all. Hold on. What's that shit, y'all? Matter of fact, let's pause the video for a second. Okay, yeah. It was that goofy ass Ransom Money with Drake stank ass. But look, that's the thing though. It was unnecessary to say, oh shit. Yeah. It was unnecessary to say no homo because the line Lil Wayne was responding to, Drake was talking to a young lady in the fucking line. So why would he say no homo though? Like what? Like, and then it was only funny because he sounded funny. Nah. And then that was it. But that's goofy as hell too. Also, if you're saying no homo and it's not in a this is a side note. If it's not in a comedic sense, that's how you should definitely know that it's a no to say no homo. Nah, like for real, I remember being in high school, Kenwood Academy Brotherhood. I would say stand up on some shout out to y'all type shit, but come on, y'all, let's be real. But anyway, no, what I say, I was like, if you went to school with me and you wasn't cool with me, don't try to schmooze with me. Don't play the fool with me. Don't try to prove to me none of your lunacy. I remember how it used to be. Y'all ain't had no fucking room for me, bitch. No, but seriously though, I remember being in high school and we was in it was the Brotherhood, right? It was like a junior fraternity or whatever. And one of the older dudes that like graduated, he was like alumni and came back to, if he was an alumni from Kenwood and also from the Brotherhood specifically. Was having a Brotherhood meeting where we'll have like alumni, who was in Brotherhood and shit, come talk to us and shit. And this extra hood ass motherfucker, he was coming and like show us his like clothing brand. And somebody, I don't remember. The thing that I'm about to say, I didn't witness, but I remember him at the end of the session. We all got to talk and shit. He gonna say, "Hey man, we all get to share out and give, shout outs and show love to one another." By the way, that's the whole point of it. So to say, for him to say this was so head ass, and I never forgot this. He was like, "Hey man, I just want to give a shout out to," and I don't remember the dude's name. He's like, "But hey, little homie, when you gave me a hug, no homo, bro. I really respected that shit," or something like that. And I was just like, "No homo." And I've done that shit before. I've said no homo in situations where I probably didn't need to say that shit. Like I remember uh I was talking, like I was probably like in my early 20s or late teens, probably like 19 to 20. And so don't know, like, you think you're perfect. No, no, I've done the no homo shit and it was goofy as hell. I remember I was talking to a homie of mine about crying about something. I was like, no homo. And then he was like, why you saying no homo for crying? And then I was just like, yeah, I had to sit and think about that shit. So that's why each one, reach one, teach one looking ass. No, but yeah, man, help a brother, save a brother, face ass. But now, what the fuck else I was gonna say? Yeah, so the whole no homo list of funny examples though. Yeah, I saw well, who the fuck was that who said that shit? Oh yeah, I saw some video where they was talking about Frank Ocean, and then they was talking about the beef he had with. Oh yeah, it was Trap Lord Ross stank ass. He was talking about. This was a long time ago, way before he got canceled and all of that. So don't even do that. But yeah, it was a video where he was talking about the beef between Chris Brown and Frank Ocean, because I don't be knowing about that type of shit, especially I think I was just hella bored anyway to even watch that shit, because that when the shit happened like years and years and years and years ago, I didn't know shit about that because I don't really give a damn about either artist like that. But anyway, he was talking about how when they asked, it was like, your rival, I guess in some interview or some shit, they interviewed Chris Brown and was like, "Hey, you're one," or maybe it was paparazzi. I don't know. And if it was paparazzi, that's what makes it funnier because it's so dismissive. Yes, it's ignorant. Yes, it's wrong. Yes, it's unwoke or whatever. But that shit was funny. He was like, the person who asked him was like, "Hey, your rival Frank Ocean just came out as bisexual," and Chris Brown only response was no homo. That's funny. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. For the context, yes, no homo is wrong. And the point is, the fact that you have to do all these hoops and joops and jumps and whatnot, you probably should just not say it. Then the last example I'll give in which no homo was funny, it was a meme, crudely drawn meme, which also makes shit a little bit more funny. It was showing a dad, putting his son to bed. He was like, the kid was like, "Dad," he was like, "What, son?" He was like, "I love you." And then he said, "I love you too, son." And then the last frame was a close up on the dad with a smile and a single tear in his eye and said, "No homo." Oh man, that was funny. Y'all would have had to see it. I don't know if y'all laughing or not. If it's not funny to you, that's cool. You had to be there. And if you were there and you didn't find that funny, that's okay. You are free to not find the whole thing that I've been saying is bad, not funny. So that's fair. On to pause though. On to pause though. Because see, and this is where I have to really get down on the left, because y'all are just the corniest, most hypocritical assholes around. See, they assume that pause is a replacement for no homo, like no Diddy is a replacement for no homo. It's not. It's kind of adjacent, but it's not the same thing, because you can say pause in way more context than you can say no homo, because no homo is specifically geared towards dissociating oneself from homosexuality or homosexuals or being accused of being gay to varying levels of severity and significance. But that is what that means. Pause is not that. And also, to think in general that pause is weaponizing homosexuality is pretty funny, because Ole, love your sister, but your crowd, man, cornballs. I, of course, am a troll. So it was a video. And let me say this before I say this. I have come to the conclusion a long time ago that I'm not a part of y'all crowd. I'm not necessarily trying to be. I saw a post that said, I don't want to be a part of the loop. I just want to be aware of the loop, but don't try to involve me in the loop. I, in fact, often want to know about what the loop has going on so that I can avoid said loop. But I would like to be aware, some shit like that. But yeah, in general, I'm on the fringes of society, so to speak. And so when it comes to somebody like Olay and her, crowd of people and shit, I just think it's interesting because first off, on one hand, she's got this crowd that I remember her saying something about somebody, some trans person. And yeah, it could be transphobia and me being dismissive about this, or it could be that I honestly don't give a fuck about this, or it also could be that the left, y'all just can't get right. It's just so funny how, first of all, y'all think gender isn't real. That's a made up binary, but left and right is a real binary. That shit's concrete. That's not assigned at birth. That's fucking funny. Oh, yeah. I don't know why the music stopped playing after I paused the video. Yeah, y'all, I actually do want to finish listening to my song. That's the beat to a song that I actually wrote called Feng Shui Kung Fu. And you guys, you lot, can actually find it on my page, on this page that you're watching this video on. It is my most viewed video. I've been trying to get it to 1,000 views, which is, now that's pretty sad. Like, damn, I can't. It'll be 4 years that I've had this video up once October 24th come. That's in 4 days. That's in half a week. Man, that's sadness, man. Sadness, badness, batting, matting, mazzoline. Anyway, so yeah, Gino Beastler, bitch. Shout out to Gino Beastler, bitch. But anyway, so yeah, what the fuck was I talking about? So yeah, I saw her post some trans person, black person, some black trans person is dating somebody who's a Trump supporter or something fucking stupid like that. Once again, it could be some sort of isms going on, or once again, it could be me just looking at just how the left gets down. Like, you are about the most hypocritical waste of space ass motherfuckers I've seen in my life sometimes. And I'm gonna get positive though, not Olay per se, because Olay is raw as hell and she actually gets shit the fuck done. And I'm gonna always shout out Olay because she's, like I said, she's personally came through for me before. But still, you have curated a crowd, G, but you do be folding for shit and you be letting people fold for shit and be like, let's just talk about it. No, fuck that. I ain't even wasting my time on motherfuckers. But anyway, they're like some random trans black. Maybe it's not random to y'all, because that is Olay's most viewed video by far to this day. To this day, I'm like, whoa, that's just like 200K. Like, it's 200 racks. You got damn near 200 racks off talking about this. It's bullshit to me. Like, I'll be like, what? But anyway, man, another video, I'm bringing this up because another video Olay posted where they was talking about pause and why people shouldn't say it. And I got in the comments and I said, sorry, but I'm gonna keep saying pause. And then somebody gonna say, then just say it, girl, and get it over with. I'm like, so we're weaponizing homosexuality and femininity to try to correct me for allegedly participating in weaponizing homosexuality and feminine. Y'all slow, G. Two thumbs down. Anyway, so I'm gonna keep saying pause. Let me talk about my auntie for a second. Shout out to my auntie who I was staying with before I was staying here. My auntie, and I didn't know this at all, for years, probably even before I was born, her and her kids have been saying pause before they fart. Like long before pause that we saying, instead of saying excuse me after they fart, they say pause before they fart. And I haven't really been around my father's side like that because my father has tried to keep them away from me. And my mother has kind of tried to keep me away from my father. So, man. But she watches like, no, I tried to let you see your father. Don't do that. I'm like, yeah. You tried to turn me against him, which fuck trying to follow the law and allowing me to see him. You spoke against him in a way that some of the shit was true, but a lot of the shit was one-sided and you needed to take some responsibility too. So side note, fuck up. Anyway, so yeah, point is I didn't know that at all. Funny thing is, her grandchildren, her son's kids, came over one day to the pool, and I don't know what the hell they was doing, and they like 13. They range from like preteen to early teen. So the oldest kid there wasn't a kid; he was like 21, and the youngest one there was a literal baby. But the general median age and the mode, the age range that most of them were kind of between that 10 to 15 age range. I'm bringing this up because they say pause. They don't say no homo. I don't say no homo. I've been stopped saying that. But they were at the pool. I don't know what the hell they was talking about, but all I heard was one of them say, you know what? Just put it in your mouth and swallow it. And everybody, including me, we all turned to them and was like, yo, pause. And it was a funny family moment. So y'all can shut the hell up. And then I told my auntie that, and she was laughing, and I was like explaining. I was like, have you been aware that like there's this other type of pause that, you know, this generation, so to speak, you know, generations don't exist, by the way. I was gonna make a video about this, like a short, but I'm not finna do that. I'm gonna just talk about this right quick. Generations don't make sense. This whole idea of Generation Z and Baby Boomer, none of that shit makes sense. Think about it. My father was born in 1964, which is the last year to be considered Baby Boomer. The age range or the year range is from 1946 to 1964. That just sounds arbitrary. 46, 64, shit is bullshit. At the end of the day, you cannot say that because they were born in this time period and certain shit was going on that they're all in the same generation. Because, for example, they say, so before I even get to my example, my mother was born in 1969, right? That's 5 years younger than my father. So she's technically not in his generation. We think he has more in common with somebody born 5 years younger than him, or somebody born in fucking 1946. Just like me and my brother, allegedly, we both 10 years apart, and we supposed to be millennials, which is also fucking misleading and stupid. Why is it called millennial? Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't mean they were born in the millennium, and saying that you came of age during the millennium makes no sense, because the millennium was what? 2000. What happened the next year? 2001. 9/11. I was like 8 years old and my brother was 18. You think a fucking person that was at voting age had the same interpretation of somebody that had to ask for permission to go use the bathroom? You feel me? We're not in the same generation. To me, your generation is everybody that's no more than 4 years younger than you and no more than 4 years older than you. That's your age range. That's your generation, if anything. Because why am I using 4 years? You're in high school for 4 years. You're in college for 4 years. You're in grad school for 4 years. It's an election every 4 years. It's a leap year every 4 years, motherfucker. Like, come on now. That makes far more sense than all of this bullshit generation shit that y'all talking about. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, I explained that this current generation, or my generation and their young generation, say pause to give pause to an awkward situation. It doesn't necessarily have to sound gay, but there are some people that do take pause too far. I heard somebody say, yeah, you know, we ended up bumping heads, pause. And I was like, I have never in my life heard bumping heads and thought of frauding or whatever the hell he was suggesting. Like, get the fuck out of here. But anyway, pause. Why would I never stop saying pause? Also, I want to bring up the fact that this whole leftist situation, I just also don't. A lot of y'all, I was just not raised like y'all. A lot of y'all come from extreme privilege. This man, FD Signifier, said himself that his mama paid for his college tuition with one swipe of a debit card. This man is not from Chicago. I'm from Chicago. This man is from the suburbs. He's from Calumet motherfucking city. And we do not have Lil Bill also. You know what I'm saying? I just got done reading Prince Shakur book. Shout out to that brother. Prince Shakur, G. I just finished reading the book and I realized why I fuck with his view of a lot of this shit, even though we don't see everything the same and we don't got the same life. How he coming with the whole pause? How he coming with the with his perception of radicalization or whatever the fuck. It's just more solid than y'all. And the reason, like, he descends from some crazy ass gangsters, and he actually is from. I don't mean to call your family crazy ass gangsters. I'm just saying that because I'm saying that about my people. When I met my father's side of the family, boy, and even some of the members of my mother's side of the family are card carrying gang members. So we're not about to do this whole, who's who and whatnot. But I do want to just say that at the end of the day, y'all not like us, G. And that's why y'all continue to do shit like we gotta be strategic and join a union and vote Democrat because that's the only thing we can do. And everybody wants to die for the revolution, but nobody wants to wash the dishes. First of all, that's not even the phrase. It's not nobody wants to die for the revolution, which is funny. I googled that. That phrasing never comes up. It's everybody wants a revolution, but nobody wants to wash the dishes. But the thing is, I'ma always say this. Y'all are the main ones always talking about how, don't criticize this, that's ableism. And don't criticize this because you don't know how much depression and anxiety can be crippling. And all like, nah. Cause the motherfuckers like me, I'm the one that's doing all of the shit that y'all claim the people that want to crash out for the revolution won't do. First of all, y'all not doing either. Honestly, some of y'all are. Like I said, I gave Lil Bill his shout out for, and I see y'all be posting on y'all wall whenever somebody need help. They'll be like, hey, go fund this and fund that. That's cool and all, but it's some serious radicalization that's got to go down. And another thing, y'all so corny. The left is so soft. Y'all always saying, like, y'all get upset because y'all try to say when people criticize, like, laziness or people not doing this, that, and the third, that's anti-black. It's like, y'all are the same ones that like anti-fatness is anti-black. Y'all are the same ones that use political cartoons that use fatness to represent greed. It'll be a giant fat person and a bunch of skinny Africans crawling beneath. There's tons of cartoons like that. And then y'all will say, well, nothing. Y'all never responded to that. Y'all never responded to the fact that y'all use fatness to represent greed and call people fat cats who are in corporations and whatnot. So is it greed or is it anti-greed or is it anti-blackness? See what I mean? Y'all are a bunch of hypocrite assholes. Once again, consciously, I'm going to keep smacking your ass for, I bet you want to know what's funny? Every time Consciously linked up with the Congress mama, what's her name? Little fine ass, Jasmine Crockett. You ever see him wear them bucket hats? Do he wear the bucket hats? Do he wear the Palestine bucket hats when he meet with the Congresswoman? Did he ever say, hey Congresswoman, you like my hat? You want to buy one? Oh man. You ever ask the Congresswoman, do she like listening to Tupac? I think Tupac is too much. She just wants APAC. I'm sorry, I had to pronounce it Tupac so that the joke could work. Anyway, y'all, I'm tired of talking shit. I'm gonna keep saying pause. Fuck y'all.